Alright, before this video starts, to all the haters of this movie, don't even try and start talking about oh, this movie sucks, this isn't Captain America. Hop off my peanut, okay? Alright, this is a good movie. Anyways, Captain America Brave New World came out recently, and it's suffering really badly when it comes to Rotten Tomato scores, and any score for that matter. Many people are claiming that this is a terrible movie on a bunch of social medias that I've seen, and I just don't understand. The grievances people have are just blatant nitpicking, or they're just wrong. One I've heard is that Red Hulk isn't in the movie enough. And that's just not true. President Ross's buildup of anger throughout the movie makes the Hulk transformation even more awesome. And speaking of that, the scenes where he is Hulk is incredible. The background and the scenery wherever he's fighting at is sick. And not to mention how this movie is really also just one big hell yeah. Captain America is so cool in this movie, it's insane. Like, he's so, like, angelic and just awesome, really. Like, it's actually kind of insane how people are, like, saying he's not cool. Like, there's people that are like, oh, he's just the Falcon. He's the Falcon. He's not Captain America. Dude, whether you like it or not now, he's Captain America. Like, it's like, it's a mantle. This is what happened in the comics as well. It's not, you can't just, like, deny this because you're racist. Like, let's be real, you're racist. Like, I'm sorry. I usually don't like to say this because I'm usually against like the oh, if you don't like this movie you're racist. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like Wakanda Forever. That shit was ass. That shit was straight butt cheeks. But if you're still saying that Falcon is not Captain America, you're just racist. We all know Steve Rogers is supposed to be like Captain America, of course, because Steve Rogers is the best Captain America and no one will ever top him. But it is still a mantle, and they pass it over to Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson. So whether you like it or not, he's still gonna be Captain America. And he looks fucking cool when he's doing it. Captain America ain't never flied before. That's hella sick, bruh. Not to mention, throughout this entire movie, he still doesn't have the super serum, which is a really cool thing if you think about it, because it's like, oh, he's just a normal human doing all this crazy shit, and he doesn't even need a super serum to hold the mantle, which is another reason why he's such a great Captain America, because that's how Captain America was before the super serum. The super serum was the only reason why he was able to last that long during fights and able to fight the people he wanted to fight. The whole reason for Captain America being Captain America is the spirit and the heart that he had, and Sam Wilson shows that perfectly this movie. Not only that, but throughout the entire movie, he gets his ass beat so many times. Not his ass, he doesn't lose, but like he gets his ass beat hella. He gets stabbed multiple times, and he gets multiple broken bones, and not once does he get medical evaluation this entire movie. He just gets up and then puts like a band-aid over it and just keeps fighting. That's exactly what Captain America is supposed to do, and if you don't like that, then you're just racist. Like, I'm just being straight up, you're racist, bro. Anyways, sorry for calling you racist, but like also, it's like, come on, bro. Like, I seriously cannot see another reason why anyone would not like this Captain America. And I understand that you're like, oh, Steve Rogers, Captain America, oh, it's only supposed to be Steve Rogers. But it's just not. It's not supposed to only be Steve Rogers. And I get that he's going to be the best one. He's going to stay the best one. He's the original. But what do you want the MCU to do with Captain America then? You want him just to leave the mantle like with nobody except for him? It was Steve Rogers' choice to choose Sam Wilson. And he shows why in this movie. Now, other than the fact that Sam Wilson is Captain America, people are hating on this movie because of the final fight being anticlimactic. Now, it is definitely not anticlimactic. There is crazy stuff that happens at the end, and the fight scenes are awesome. And the way that it ended was a resolution that many people were not wanting because they want to see Hulk destroy more things. But it's like, if you've watched the movie, you know what happens. And if you know the original Hulk, you also know what happens and how they get him to stop destroying things. So it makes a lot of sense. That's all it takes. There is stuff in this movie that isn't awesome. For starters, the main villain is not really that cool. He has a pretty good reason. He has a pretty good origin. He looks really weird, and he's kind of smart, but he's just also kind of cringy, which is one complaint I can understand about this movie. There are a lot of characters that are just cringy, especially Captain America. He says a lot of things that are just cornball levels of cringe, but it's okay because afterwards he does some hella cool shit, so it's alright. It makes up for it. His aura evens out. I also heard a complaint that the editing for the fight scenes in this movie was bad. In some fight scenes I can understand because there's a lot of camera changes, but it doesn't really bother me that much because you still know what's happening and it's very cool. Like I said, a whole lot of this movie is just like cool. Another thing that makes this movie so good is that it brings it back to world level. In many other movies, the stakes are super, super high beyond humans. And I'm glad that this Captain America didn't stray away from the other Captain America movies by making it about like some extraterrestrial threat. In this movie, it is completely governmental based, and it's pretty awesome because of that. Another thing I forgot to mention was the flight scenes. Yes, flight, not fight. Captain America looks so sick in the flight scenes. There are also fight scenes as well, but it's super sick whenever he's next to a jet and he's fighting with them, and it's very awesome. Anyways, there are a few characters that they introduce into the MCU in this movie, and I don't really have a problem with any of them. Captain America has a sidekick in this movie, just like Captain America did with Bucky Barnes, and he's supposed to be training as Captain America's Falcon, and he seems pretty chill. I don't really have a problem with him. Sometimes he's cringy, but like I said, everyone in this movie has some cringy moments. Anyways, Harrison Ford played Hulk well, and I still just don't see a problem with this movie. If you guys have any good reasons for this movie being super bad, I understand that there's problems with this movie, but it is not super bad. It's definitely not whatever Rotten Tomatoes says it is. But again, I don't believe this movie is super bad. If you guys have any bad opinions about this movie, then let me know in the comments. And don't attack me, please. Hop off my peanut. 7.8 out of 10.